Ethan didn't love in half measures. He loved in increments of devotion that most people found exhausting to even witness. He kept a running list on his phone of every snack Clara mentioned in passing, and he had memorized the exact rhythm of her breathing so he could tell if she was having a nightmare before she even woke up. He wasn't just a boyfriend, he was a sanctuary. But for Clara, the sanctuary had started to feel like a cage. The end didn't come with a grand explosion, but with a soft, rhythmic ping of a forgotten iPad. Ethan went to plug it in, but the screen stayed lit. It was a message thread with someone named Julian. "He's just so available," Clara had typed. "It's like dating a golden retriever. There's no mystery, no edge. He's too nice, Julian. It's exhausting to be put on a pedestal every day. I need someone who makes me work for it." Ethan's sat on the edge of the bed, the blue light of the screen carving deep shadows into his face. He wasn't just being cheated on. He was being indicted for his greatest strength. When Clara walked in that evening, the apartment was chillingly quiet. Ethan didn't greet her with the usual heated tea. He simply slid the iPad across the kitchen island. Her face went through a kaleidoscope of guilt before settling on a defensive mask. "Ethan, I was just frustrated. You're so perfect all the time. It's suffocating. You never give me a reason to fight. You're just too nice." Ethan finally looked at her. There was no rage, just a profound, hollow exhaustion. "I wasn't nice because I was weak, Clara," he said, his voice steady, terrifying calm. "It was nice because I made a choice every single morning to love you better than the day before. I thought that's what you do for the person you value. But you didn't want a partner. You wanted a project. You mistook my stability for a lack of personality." He zipped his suitcase. The sound was as final as a heartbeat stopping. In the weeks that followed, Ethan became a ghost. He didn't block her, he simply withdrew his energy. The silence was deafening. No good morning texts. No check-ins, no one to ensure her car had enough gas for the commute. Clara threw herself into the friction she craved. She went out with Julian, chasing the mystery. But Julian didn't care if she got home safe. He didn't remember her allergies. And he certainly didn't listen when she talked about her fears. He was a storm, all right, but he only left wreckage. She found herself staring at her phone, waiting for a notification from Ethan that never came. She realized the suffocation she felt wasn't his kindness. It was her own inability to believe she deserved to be treated well. The finality. 3 months later, they crossed paths at a crowded cafe. Ethan looked different. The eager-to-please softness in his shoulders was gone, replaced by a quiet, armored confidence. He was laughing with a friend, looking lighter than she had ever seen him. Clara approached him, her voice trembling. "Ethan, I've been thinking. I was wrong. I didn't realize that your niceness was the only thing keeping me grounded. I miss us. Can we just talk?" Ethan looked at her, and for a second, she saw a flicker of the old warmth. But then he shook his head gently. "The person who would have forgiven you for this doesn't exist anymore. Clara," he said, "you killed him. And honestly, I think I prefer who I am now. I'm not angry, but I'm definitely not yours." He walked away, stepping out into the sunlight. Clara stood in the middle of the crowd, finally realizing that she hadn't just lost a nice guy, she had thrown away the only person who would have ever loved her without a catch. The friction she wanted was finally there, but it was just the cold, jagged edge of regret. Thanks for tuning in. Check out the channel for more.